What's wrong with Fortnite?
Doesn't sound so
What?
nice anymore.
Wait, what's the problem?
Jim won't let me play Fortnite, and everyone else gets to play.
Wait, what?
Jay plays, Jordan plays, Matthew plays, Maddie plays, Alicia plays, my father plays. Everybody plays the game, but Bruno play.
Bruno play. People sad now.
Okay, Bree. Okay, Bree, you can't play for a lot of reasons. I'm not saying that you're not able to play. You would get distracted entirely too easily.
Do you have account?
It's
always nice when you
one up everybody else.
Thank you, Jordan!
So wait, you're upset
Because-
that I don't let you play?
Jay doesn't let me play video games.
Why? Why don't I let you play video games? Why don't we explain to everybody why you can't play video games?
Because Jay gets jealous of how awesome I am. Thank you, Nick!
That was it. Bye, everyone.
Nice stream. Thank you. I had fun.
Good job.
Thank you, Matthew!
You're welcome.
Okay, so let me get this right. I don't
So
let you...
the
Go ahead.
the problem is that I'll play the game and I won't feed Jay.
Ooh.
And then Jay's hungry and I'm distracted. And that's not a good combination.
What else?
Something tells me that's not the entire story.
That's all I know.
What else?
I don't know.
Could it be possible that as soon as you are done playing a game, you get extremely tired and you want to go to sleep?
Well, it's
Could it be-
exhausting.
Could I don't know, what is it? I could see Beat Saber being exhausting. Yes, I could see that because that is a very physical game. I can't see how someone would be knackered by playing Fortnite. Right?
Oh, I would love to, because I think about the good old days where we used to play Ark, and that was so nice.
And when let's just recap though, Bree. When we did Ark, right? We would play when after work was all done, after everything was all done, right? You're done working at Vape Life. You're at home. Yeah, you don't have much to do. Let's play some Ark, right? If you wanted to play a game now, you would want to start playing when I play, which would mean that nothing would get done throughout the whole damn day. And you would become addicted. And then you would say, I'm going to be a professional Fortniter. Just like you thought you wanted to be a professional cyclist. But that has all changed. Right?
No.
No?
So this Trump thing is crazy.
Oh,
How
you
the
just
news is
want to
so
just
manipulative.
want to, okay. All right. That's fine.
180.
Yeah, let's just turn back around and then go right back down the stairs like nothing happened. Are you not going to talk about that elephant in the room, Bree? Or because I think that's a great topic. I think there's a message there.
Bree has left the chat.
Oh, so she can make jokes about me, but when I make jokes, it's no good. It's not funny no more. Oh, I'm getting a message.
Oh,
This
I
is
think you are.
incoming from me.
Oop.
Please stand by. We are currently experiencing some technical difficulties.
Anybody has some music I can play?
So if we, I'm going to keep going. So if we decide on letting you play, Bree, what will get done in this house?
I don't know.
But I do. But I do have one follow-up question because the Sabres is a set time. So if you would set, okay, we play now and then we stop and then we do the other stuff, then it's exactly the same as Sabres, right? It's a video game. So if you put aside, okay, we're gonna play 2 hours.
How do you do that with a game that has multiple people and every match could be different? Different whether it is a 10-minute, like let's just say you haven't let's just say you allot 2 hours, right, which is ridiculous for Brady. Let's just say you allot 2 hours. That could be 30 games or 2 games.
Yes, true.
Right. So, and you don't think that if Bree played 2 games, she doesn't want to play a third or fourth or fifth? Take you last night, Jordan. You managed to sign off at 7 a.m. your time, right? You just wanted to fucking party like a rock star. I'm gonna go, Jay. I'm going 24 hours. You do this with Diablo too. You were like, I love this shit. I don't think you're gonna wear off a Fortnite because every game is different, and it's just you just learn the map better. So if Bree started playing, you don't think that Bree would do the same thing that you're doing?
The reason why I don't think so is because you would tell her no.
Do you know what it's like telling somebody that's got big tits and a nice body no? Not as much.
No,
not fun.
No, please enlighten me. I don't have such things.
Not fun.
It's difficult because it's not that she guilt trips me, but she gets frantic. Okay, she'll get frantic, and then whether or not I just don't think it's a good idea. I don't think that Bree would be bad at it, but I don't think she'll be great at it either. I think she actually wants to play. You actually want to play, Bree? Like for real? You want to play Fortnite?
No.
You lying?
I have to turn on the fan, but I'm listening.
There you go.
Not
it's
even
getting spicy.
What about one match?
No, I'm not allowed to play games.
What about one match with your dad?
No.
Wow, you are really.
I get too distracted, and then I get stuck in it, and then I just want to keep playing. You know.
Yeah, but you weren't great at the. You probably I don't think I saw that the first time you tried Sabres. There's always a learning curve.
Steep one at that.
Oh no! It's like I get it. Like Beat Saber has. Oh, you hear the fan?
Yeah, the microphone is picking it up.
That's interesting. Let me turn it down. All right, it is down. How about now?
Still hear it.
Really?
Why don't you?
Okay, what about on level 2?
Why don't you DJI mic up?
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. It's just really low. There's some air circulation.
So you don't.
Jay likes Beat Saber because I play until I get tired.
Yes. I know that she is going to sleep when she is done with that.
That's why you like
7 p.m. She's ready to go. She falls asleep on the floor.
He's like, you need another music pack? I got you. Go play. Have fun.
Yeah.
It's funny that everybody got addicted to that game, though. How did you like it, Matthew?
Which means I would be severely addicted.
Yes.
It's
you don't. You can say if you like it or you don't like it, Matty.
I like it, but I need to play. I think need to play more of it and get better at it. The combinations. It's been a while.
That's the addictive part, right? You do realize this.
Totally.
That's the reason why it's.
I
addictive.
like playing with you guys.
It's not a waste of time. Just one more match, I'll get better at it. That's how it works. That's
I thought it was good yesterday until I played a rank and I died in like 300 seconds. So yeah, I'm definitely not good.
Ranked is nuts. You go from 100 people to 30 people in all of 2 minutes. And then those 30 people duke it out for an hour. Like, it's so crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, man.
Yeah, you remember the other day there was like 17 people left, and everyone stayed away from each other until the circle was like this big.
This big. Mm.
It was like an hour long of just walking.
Yeah. Different tactics altogether between casual play, what we do, and then ranked.
Yeah, a lot of people in ranked sit back and do absolutely nothing. They'll sit in a house on a rooftop and just sit there. That's literally what they do.
That's annoying.
You can't.
So is there a point where the circle becomes that small that everybody dies if you keep doing that?
Well, yeah, and one of the it's the size of the person. So when I did
and one of
game,
the
go ahead.
Oh, I was excited to tell it. There was a house and a gas station and a car. Jay was stuck in the middle of a gas station, a car, and a house. It was like this big. And him and this dude were just going back and forth. And if you punched each other, you would end up outside of the circle. Like, it was so close.
Yeah, it gets so close to where only one person can fit in the circle. But then they move the circle, 500 meters away. So you have to run through the poison to get to the other circle. So no matter what, somebody's dying. I mean, it's good. It's thoughtful. It's just that game. Yeah, I'm just not up for ranked yet. I'm just not there.
You've only played for a week.
Yeah. No,
not even.
Thank you, David. Thank you, brother. Yeah, no, it's a good game. It's a good game. Seeing people usually, I'm not typically a big. I'm not a big shooter style. I don't like first person shooters. I don't, which is why I would never play Call of Duty. I just don't do it. It's so weird to me to be in the position of like I'm in somebody's eye sockets. It's weird with Fortnite having that third person. Is there other games that are third person shooters? Battle Royale?
Max Payne. Battle Royales.
Battlegrounds?
No. Well, Battlefront. Star Wars Battlefront.
Apex Legends?
Apex Legends is first person.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, third person to me. Oh, Mixtress just said Apex. You sure it's first person? I thought it was third.
I played it. It was first. I could be wrong.
Yeah, the view. Like if it's from your eyeballs or if you could see your character. Like they're two different views.
It's weird to me when you're like, even if you play War of the Tanks and you're as the driver, which you can be in that position, it's so weird. I just don't like it. It's so strange to me.
Yeah. Same with racing games.
I can't be in the driver's seat. I mean, I could be in the driver's seat, but I can look at it from a drone view. I can't look at it from inside. Yeah. It's just weird, bro. I don't like it.
Thank you, Combat!
I mean, that's why I like Fortnite. I never thought I'd say that as a 45-year-old man, 46, however old I am, that I'm playing. But then again, I look at Bree's father, who's 78, and he plays Fortnite, so...
And Pokemans.
Because I didn't play this. I went to Call of Duty's version of Battle Royale. And that's first person.
Similar?
It's very similar in the sense that it is the circles. Now that I think about it, now I want to look up if Fortnite has the same thing. So when the circles are closing in, you have to walk to the poison. Same in Warzone. But they actually have gas masks, so you don't take... It doesn't take off any of your health for a certain period.
Nope.
Interesting.
Nope. I've gotten every single weapon in that game and item, and there is no gas mask.
I like the fact that Fortnite is also a little goofy too. Like it's not super serious.
It's kind of goofy.
Like there's
cartoony.
Yeah, there's some funny cartoony stuff. And I always thought Fortnite was just like a dancing game because that's all the memes are. With the dances. And I'm like, why are kids playing this weird dance game? I thought it was like a TikTok dance game that was virtual. And that's what they were doing. I had no idea it was a shooter game. No idea.
Very competitive.
Because all you see is like people doing the Fortnite dance. And I was like, this is a weird game.
Yeah, it's pretty goofy, the dances. I'll agree with that. Yeah, I have fun playing it. It's nice. And I think it's nice if I think the more that you play with people, I don't think it becomes more difficult. I think it becomes more easy. I think the
Yeah.
hardest one to play is duo ranked. I could see that trio ranked would be easy if it's just pickup groups like random people. I think single ranked is hard, but duo ranked is really hard. Just because one person, this is gonna sound weird, and I think this is even in a fight. If you have a one-on-one fight, that's a fair fight, right? Okay, it's who's better fighter. Now, if you have a two-on-one fight, hold on, you might win that fight, right? Might if you're like really, really good. But if it's 3-on-2, I feel like the 3-on-2 will always be able to beat two people. Do you get the idea of what I'm saying? And then we can talk about, it's not even just the game. I'm talking about even in a fight. One person might be able to beat up two. Two people might not always be able to beat one dude. But I feel like 3 people can always beat 2 people. Always. Because you could have 2 people on one dude.
And then the third one
it's
can
just
keep
holding them up.
The other one busy. Yeah.
Yeah, just holding them up. Versus if it's 2-on-1, yeah, you both could get on one dude. But at the same time, if he's a good enough fighter, he'll be able to whatever. Struggle, grab his gun, whatever to get out of it. I feel like 3-on-2 is Yeah, I don't know.
Plus in Fortnite, as long as one stays alive, he can keep you all alive forever. He doesn't even have to fight.
Right. You know who would be good at this? Chris Purnell, because he plays a lot of Call of Duty. I think he'd be good. Like, really good. That dude plays Call of Duty every fucking day for like 8 hours. I have never seen anybody play a game that much. That's more than me with Diablo. That's more than buttons with Diablo. That's a lot of gameplay, bro. Yeah, but it's definitely fun, man. It's fun. If you lose, you lose. I just get pissed off when we lose. We're in the top 10 and we don't get first place. That's when I get irritated. If we get 80th place, I don't care. I don't give a shit. If we're in the top 10 and we get second place, I don't want that. I'd rather take 5th or 8th or 9th. I don't want second place, bro. You're the first or the last one. If I'm number 10, that's fine. If I get second place, I'm irritated. Especially if there's 3. Yesterday, oh, God. I don't want to make this whole stream about Fortnite, but I was irritated yesterday. It was me, Jimmy, and Jorn. Okay? Me and Jorn take out, there's 3 dudes left versus 3 dudes. Me and Jorn take out one of the 3 dudes. Now it's 2 versus 3. Me and Jorn were jumping in the river. We're doing tricks and shit. We're doing cartwheels. We're doing the Oreo dance. And we end up killing the second dude, right? The other guy's got these gloves. For those of you that don't know Fortnite, he's jumping around like a fucking monkey, right? You cannot hit. I don't care how good of a shot you are. If someone is jumping in the air, you cannot shoot them. It's like playing crackhead version of Duck Hunt. They're too fast, and you can't. I'm sure there's aimbots for this game on PC. I'm sure of it. But you cannot hit this guy. And then when he lands, and then me and Jorn, I'm on him. I'm like, Jorn, I'm over here. Jorn turns around. He's on it. He's on that mini map. Jimmy, on the other hand. So the fight's over here. Jimmy's looking at us. Me and Jorn are getting it. I go down. Jorn goes in. Jimmy goes like this. I can't find anybody. I see nothing. Is everybody okay? No. I'm down. Jorn's going down. Help Jorn, Jimmy. I can't see anything. Tell me where to go, Jay. Turn the fuck around, bro, and look in that area. I can't see anything. My controller's got to be dead. Bro, turn the fuck around. Okay, where is everybody? Well, I'm to your right and I'm dead. Jordan is 5 feet away and he's dying. He's like, all right, where do I go? 5 feet ahead, bro. Throw a punch. We all died. We all died by one fucking dude. All 3 of us. Do you realize? Look, I got nothing but love for this guy. I think it's adorable playing with him. I will never play ranked with you because we will lose every time. But If you think Bree gives me anxiety, oh, and you want Bree to play, Bree would be the same way. She'd be picking up flowers and shit, trying to collect different shields. It's just no good.
But I get achievements that you don't get because I am distracted. You remember in that one game where I punched a pinata and all of a sudden I got a special achievement?
The reason why you get achievements that nobody has is because nobody plays a game the way that you do. You know,
Nice.
I feel like this is the same argument we had with your dad. Yeah, but I stay alive the longest is because you avoid every single fight.
Your dad. Look, I love playing with your dad. Don't get it twisted. It's just that I know that if me and him are playing, I'm getting all the kills. Like, I know that I have to do everything. And that's fine. I don't mind carrying you. But eventually my back starts to hurt. Like, you know what I mean? Shit. Pick me up. How much damage you do in that battle, Jimmy, with those 100 people? 106. What did you do?
Okay.
The weird part for me truly was your dad is exceptionally good and exceptionally lost at the same time. The couple of times when he was at it alone, picked us up, revived us, and all by himself. Then he was against two other dudes, killed them without any issues. He's like, Jesus Christ, look at this pro playing. And then he's off looking at the sky again. It's like, what? How can you be so good and distracted at the same time?
That's Bree. It's Bree.
His driving cracks me up. He is such a terrible driver. He'll drive into every single tree, rock, gas station, everything. And then he wants to go on the main roads only. And it's like, that's where people are waiting for you. Like,
no, I don't think he's high, Combat. I was wondering the same thing. I don't think he's high. I just think he loses appeal.
Focus.
Could it be that because we take it seriously, that he gets stressed out and then he starts making those mistakes?
Oh, like I trigger him to fuck up?
I was saying
everybody looking away. Everybody looking away. Look, I Matthew is even looking away. Look, I'm saying, okay, hold on a second. Now, wait, listen, okay. In a moment of clarity, what the fuck, bro? All right, so you guys are making me feel guilty now. So you're saying all the people that died in Iraq was my fault because I'm super, super ready to go?
No. I didn't say that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I don't know about you guys, but the way that I got nothing. All I'm saying is, if you gotta have some type of sense of urgency, even in a game. Like, even in a game. Jordan, what are you talking about? You see me jump out, you are on my asshole. So you understand my sense of urgency. It's not like I'm 100%.
100%. I get that. I'm the same. It's just I can see for some people.
Wait, is something wrong with
us? There's a lot of things wrong with me. I know that. And I'm not speaking for you. There's a lot of things wrong with me. But I can see that because at times when we were taking a slower pace approach to the game, he seemed more relaxed and in tune. And when we started rushing him, that's when I realized, okay, now you drove the car a certain way and now we're stuck. That didn't happen 2 seconds ago. You were in it. So maybe it's
because
that.
I'm
Maybe
giving
we're rushing
directions and instructions too briskly.
I have no idea.
The reaction gets you. That's how Bree gets. If I say, clean the dishes, do the edit, she gets just like that. She doesn't know what to do. You guys have seen it in vocals or AP. She'll just freeze up. So maybe you're frazzled. Good word. Maybe, but I can't play unfrazzled.
No, but if the game starts really popping off and it's this and that, it can get overwhelming, especially in the beginning when like, I'm sure if you play this for a week or 14 days, you get more used to it. If you're just a fresh player, I get it as well. It's like, whoa, what's going on? Where do I look now? Where do I find this guy? Where is he? It's it can get overwhelming.
Okay. I just when I have a weapon and I have some health and a shield and I see that red marker going off, I want to
Same. I
go
want to
to
go
the
right
people.
now. If you could teleport me directly to where that is, I am in.
Yes, I want to grab as many as I can.
But you know what?
Really do.
That brings up a really good thing right now. This is good because this is a great segue. Um, if the argument is, look at
Sometimes I
us, Jordan.
sprinkle when I tinkle.
Thanks, Vaughn. So look at us.
Thanks, Vaughn.
There's a fight. I'm going some more with this. There's a fight. We got to go right now. What does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Our attention is what?
Hyperactive.
Hyperactive, right?
Yes.
You want to go right now to this. What do kids have today?
ADHD.
ADHD.
All of them. All of them.
So now on ADHD, right? We have two extremes of ADHD. You have the ADHD where a kid can't sit still for 10 seconds, right? They got to do something. Or you have the ADHD like Bree has, which, and it's not dissing Bree, it's too much stuff. I don't know what to do, right? Those are your extremes.
Where they get hyper focused on something.
Right. So if that explains why kids that play games today are the way that they are in school. You know?
Yeah, because this game feeds you exactly what you want. You're always busy, you're always doing something, and you're always working to the next goal. School is the exact opposite of that. It's a slower pace. They set out the goals.
And I thought they said that games didn't affect children.
Oh, they do. In positive and negative sense. They already did some tests.
I think you'll have great hand and eye coordination, but I think your mind is
potatoes.
Especially
not 100%. Not 100% because they've done tests, and overall, we're not talking about something specific, right? Not math or history or geography or biology. We're talking just in general. Overall, the people that started playing games in general at an early age are better at problem solving as a whole than people that never played them. And that's been tested. Depending on the games, of course.
Okay, but problem solving isn't life in general. I mean, one could argue and say that everything you do is some type of puzzle, whether it's an option to choose yes or no. But I don't know how a game like Fortnite, Call of Duty, any game could help any child. Think of us growing up as kids. All of us, everybody here, we didn't have games growing. I mean, you might have had Atari, Commodore 64, Oregon Trail, right? Bree, you're the youngest of all. What did you have growing up? What was your and when I'm saying growing up, I'm saying 12 to let me give you something earlier. 10 to 16. What did you have inside of your house for a gaming console?
A Nintendo with Duck Hunt.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Did you play Nintendo? Did you play Nintendo Duck Hunt?
Absolutely.
All the time?
No, because it was only available in the TV that was inside of a cabinet in the basement.
Okay.
So if you wanted to play a video game, you had to go down to the basement and turn on the TV, and you had to do the ears and all that stuff, and to get the TV to turn on. And it didn't have a remote; you had to actually use the television.
Oh god.
And then it was old. It was really old. I don't know how they got it out of there. It was that heavy. And then we would play Duck Hunt downstairs. And then when we got older, I think we had like a PlayStation 1.
Okay, but the point I'm trying to make is when you had all these games, right? You still went out with your friends. You still played. You still had sleepovers. You did all this stuff. You weren't over simulated or stimulated by a gaming console.
No, we played on like Sundays, me and my brother.
Okay, case in point. So,
like we didn't do it all the time.
And if you did do it all the time, do you think your parents would have been okay with that?
Nope.
I don't know. Because it wasn't something they had to like divvy out. Like we were more interested in Sunday cartoons than we were the video games.
We got kicked out. It's the
Same.
weather is nice.
Same.
Well, the weather is not nice. You can put on some rain gear.
Yeah.
Come on, get out.
Yeah. Same. The only time I was allowed to play any type of console was when it was snowing out. That's it. And that's after I shoveled the driveway. Like, that's the only time that you could play. That's it. Maybe it is the parents not wanting to deal with the kids and just give the kids something to do so they get out of their hair.
Yeah, when I got older, we had a PlayStation with DDR and Guitar Hero.
Good.
And we only played those things when people were over. Like, we didn't play them by ourselves.
Sort of like how people would play board games in the 70s with their families that would come
Yeah.
over with their friends.
Yeah, it was like a casual thing. Like, oh, we're going to this
No
house,
different.
let's play this game.
I think that's
But
totally
I-
acceptable.
That goes to what you just said. The problem is if you have only one child and you have to keep him busy and he wants to play cards or a board game, one of the parents are going to have to play with him. Now, you just give him a screen and internet and you can do whatever you want.
Oh, it's like a proxy friend.
So multiplayer, and this is why people get so attached to people online, because these are your real life friends. These are. That is interesting. So games do affect children.
So we should give them games that are slower then. So they don't lose
Like
a bit.
Oregon Trail.
So it's boring
Yeah,
shit, and they don't want to play it.
So I'm asking myself, like the Fortnite thing is very fast paced. Something's always going on. You can play sniper in it, but that's probably not going to last for very long. So do you think kids are less interested in a game like Sniper, where you have to really take your time, crawl slowly, not to be detected?
So that's interesting. So I don't. Do you want to add more to that, or is that?
No.
I think that's a good point, because even when I play tanks, right, people want to play heavies, the most armored heavies, right, and they want to get in the shit right now, and they have no strategy at all. So, but you do have people that play TDs, but you'll see more people that play heavies that do absolutely nothing. Like, they'll go in there, but they won't even fire around. So, I don't know. That's a good point. I feel like the kids, they just have to be busy. That's it.
We also dumbed down games. Like, when games first came out, I was not interested in them at all. Because we had a computer when I was older, and it had that mine game where you, like, clicked on stuff and then the bomb would pop off and then you would be dead. And you would have to start over. I hated that game. I lost every single time. There was Solitaire. I also wasn't good at Solitaire. I lost every single time. And then there was Tetris. I wasn't good at that either. I was like, these games are too hard. And, like, if we had only, like, conceptual thinking games, I think way less kids would play them. Because we were just not interested.
But then less companies would make games then. If they realize that, kids aren't playing games like Fortnite, it probably is the most played game out of any. I would assume.
The thing is, though, sorry to interrupt, but the thing is, though, those games, like the Modern Warfare and whatnot, are they actually designed for small kids, or were they designed for adults?
Yo, I just want to put this out there real quick. This is mind blowing. Fortnite's membership and active people overtakes Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, and Roblox combined.
It's the biggest. They won awards.
Really?
You have, and not even combined. It's times 2. So you take all of those people and all of that times that by 2, and Fortnite still has you beat. Yo, that game is making so much fucking money, hand over fist. It's just flowing out of their ears.
That's crazy. They made a game that everyone likes, which is impressive.
Wow. How much you think to develop that game? 30 million? 40 million?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
it's
pretty
always-
intelligent.
And then the license.
Oh,
right?
no,
Oh,
I'm
the
not
license.
talking about that. I'm talking about the development of the game, the gameplay. Epic Games, right?
Yeah, Epic Games.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, there are some things that they
$200
didn't
million.
even bother coding.
$198 million it cost them to make the game.
still less than GTA.
But what's the revenue on the game?
I don't know if they released that, do they?
With all the skins.
Maybe that's every year the same amount that they
$4.7 million a year.
In 2023, they cleared $6.1 billion.
Shut up.
So it's worth it. Like
Shut
the 200
up.
million investment was definitely worth it.
Bro, even if you fold up shop after 1 year, not only did you
make a profit.
that's not even a 10-fold. Like that's, oh my God. 200, oh my God.
That's an insane amount of money.
That's better than Blizzard with World of Warcraft, which at the time nobody could
That's
beat.
take home, by the way. That's after licensing. I got another one that says 5.9 billion after taxes and licenses.
So
Oh, well, we were wondering how much they pay for all the licenses they have. Because they have a lot.
An idea for a game. Oh,
Jesus
Okay.
Christ, bro.
never gonna make you any money. Yeah, okay.
See, that makes you wonder, if you're that popular, are you the one paying for the license, or are the people coming after you? Please put this in your game.
No, they're paying license fees.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, though, Matthew. He went up to people and was like, I have a game that's free for anybody to play, but people can buy different
It's
outfits.
brilliant.
People were
I mean,
probably
it's-
like, that's stupid.
See, and it's like in World of Tanks, you can actually pay to win. You can buy tanks that are good, right? That are better than its counterpart that's free. So you could be a whale. In a game like Fortnite, you could look ridiculous, but that doesn't make you better.
No, like
Well-
there's no OP things like, oh, faster aiming or higher jumping. Like you can't do that. It's just you look
It's
different.
fair across the board.
You kind
That's
of can.
crazy.
You kind of can though with the gloves.
It's been 30 minutes, Jay.
Okay.
Hey Siri, turn 1 to 4 room light on. Okay, we're done.
Somebody save me. I got it.
Okay. There you go.
It's called One, the room.
No, I got it. Hey Siri, turn studio lights off. Yeah, I just think it's crazy, man. It's crazy. You have a free game that anybody could get on any platform. I'll play together, and
But there is a way, right? Because if you throw a lot of money on it, you can buy the gloves every time, and they do give you an edge.
no,
You know how to use them.
no, regardless of how
It's
much
all
money you
cosmetics.
get. Yeah, it's all cosmetics. There's nothing. You picking up gold has got to do with kills and finding them in the game.
Yeah, but if you pay for the gloves every time, for instance,
400 gold. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, but you
You
can't,
only
So
get
you have-
15
can't buy the
gold.
gold.
You only get, you can't buy the gold though. You only get 15 gold per kill.
So it's not real
Oh,
money that you're
Oh,
using.
you have to.
It's
oh,
all
no,
in
no,
game.
I thought you could buy them with
Nah,
Nope.
nope,
$3 or whatever.
Nope.
No,
nope, nothing. Only cosmetics.
Wait. you have to play to get the gold. So
That's
okay.
it. That's the only
Yeah.
way. I mean, it's,
No,
it's
my mind
you
was
can't
going
make it any more fair.
because those guys are really hard to hit when they start jumping like that. That's nah. Well, you do
It's fine.
find it's not that it's an item that you can only buy either. You can find them for free as well. It's just not a guarantee.
Right.
The NPCs are pretty good at hitting them, though. Like the jumpers, the
Yeah.
NPCs are actually really good.
So we got your
Because they'll
dad
wait for
got.
them to land.
So your dad managed to get me on the game. I got Jorn on the game. Maddie's in the game. Monkey's in the game. So he managed to get one person managed to get 6 people. Right? 5. 1,
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So that's probably how it works. That's why they have those numbers, because one person kind of infected a bunch of other people.
And
Hey, you wanna
initially,
come
it wasn't for free.
Oh, wasn't
It wasn't?
No. Fortnite was on the PlayStation 4, and I remember distinctly that we sold it, or at least the expansion of it, and you had to pay for it. It was on a disc. You get, or not on a disc, but you got another key, and you get the expansion for it. It was in the
pay
store,
for it,
like a,
or you had to
Yes.
buy
How much
the
was
season pass.
No, you had keys then, Matthew, that you put in.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
now it's done. You can only buy the battle pass. You get first their currency, and that currency you exchange for the battle pass.
Mhm.
But way back when, you had to buy like a physical box, PlayStation or Xbox. No, it doesn't run on Xbox, or does it?
Yeah, it does.
Ah, okay.
Not the
Well,
one.
yeah.
The yeah.
Yeah, it does on the 1, it doesn't on the S, and it does on the X.
Mm.
That makes sense. The S is
The slow
slower.
version.
the slower brother.
Yeah, fun game. Fun game.
Yeah.
So, Bree, you spoke earlier about Trump. You want to talk about Trump? Because
Well,
we need to hear
so
your opinion on the
usually-
whole thing.
I don't think it was staged. I think that is preposterous to think that. Because innocent people got hurt and died. Like, if something was staged, nobody would have gotten hurt other than the intended person. Like, that's ridiculous to think that. That they would put other people's lives in danger for the purpose of a positive polling? That's crazy.
I should
Like,
say,
I don't
if,
think
Is
anybody
that-
would do that.
Is that staged though at that point, or is that just corruption?
What do you mean?
Well, when I think of the word staged, right, I think of something that's fake. I don't think it's something that is. There's a better word than staged. Set up.
Orchestrated?
Orchestrated, yeah, conspiracy to do something. I don't look at it when I think of stage. I just think fake, right? But clearly that was not fake. I think it's crazy that we're at day 2 or day 3 and they still have no information on this dude. Nothing. 0.
Well, yeah, because he had no social media accounts, which is nuts. Like, having 0 as a kid? And I thought it was interesting, too, because he's young. He's like 20, 21. So any ideas he has about society stem from his parents, not from himself.
we also
You
know
don't
he
start
didn't.
with your...
We also know
I was
he
gonna
didn't
say,
spend
you
his
don't-
free time on the range. That's also a given.
Go ahead, Brie.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, you don't start coming up with ideas about the world yourself, like, that aren't influenced from your parents until you're, like, 26, 30. You know, because you're still highly influenced by the people who raised you.
Mhm.
You know, until you're out in the world and you start piecing together your own stuff.
So you're saying he's indoctrinated?
Absolutely.
Mm.
From his parents, from his school, you know, like that's what they push. My brother was a hardcore liberal because he went to college. He wasn't that way before college. During college, hardcore liberal. After college, he likes Trump again. It took like 2-3 years after leaving college to realize that all that liberal stuff is nonsense. Like, the college pushed it so hard. And, like, it's totally changed his personality. Completely. And now he's gay, so...
Nice. Also funny, if you look at most of the comments, if you look at most of the comments, they all, so the conspiracy comments, they all go the route, oh, Trump staged it. There's only a few people that went like, yeah, maybe they wanted to get rid of him, so it was staged, but that might Trump. and they had to kill the guy because it would have looked really, really bad if they hadn't done anything.
How would
I,
you
well,
say-
also it's. Ugh!
Go ahead. Go, Brie.
There are so many other random conspiracies tied to this thing. There is a dude who looks like Van Halen sitting in the audience, and people are like, "Oh, that's Robert Kennedy Jr. He goes by the name Vincent something something." And he came here, look, he didn't even flinch because he knew it was going to happen. And I'm like, this is really weird that people think that this dude's alive, dressed up as a freak, and just goes to events. And then there's that clip of them shooing the media away from the back of the stage. What if they just weren't supposed to be there in the first place?
Yeah, we saw
And
that one after yesterday.
Yeah, like they were trying to get them out of there. Like, what are you doing behind? You can't be here. And it had nothing to do with the events that were about to unfold. You know, or they will let media go there for a certain amount of time, and then it's time to change position and let other ones come in. Like, we don't know how that works. We're not privy to that.
To use the argument that Trump staged this, let's just say hypothetically that is what happened. Do you realize how good of a shot you'd have to be to hit somebody's ear?
Yeah, that's
an ear and skim it?
Nope.
Yep.
Come on, bro. Come on. What are we talking about right now?
I'm more leaning towards the other conspiracy then. Is from what I heard, they were also lobbying from pulling the Secret Service from his protection, right? Months ago. The way that rooftop wasn't protected, and there's a huge error on the assessment of things.
Bree, you got to grab the camera and just turn it towards you. And you want her to play Fortnite. She'd be doing that shit with the vehicle.
Nope.
Yes, maybe 1 or 2 matches. Yes.
Okay.
Good. Okay, great. All right, that's fine. Yeah, so I don't think any of the conspiracies are true. I just think that people are just trying to, I don't know, make it, just try to be online detectives. That's all.
It would be nice to get.
And then,
go ahead, Brie.
you guys already talked about this, okay? So
what do you want to talk about then?
No, I mean, like, let me talk.
Oh no, I know. I'm clearing the channel for you. Matthew just doesn't know how to react with you. Jordan's just not saying shit. Go ahead.
So the people on the left are making videos saying like terrible things, like that they wish that Trump was hit, or we were so close to this, and look what happened. How did you miss? And like they made a tweet saying "Make America Aim Again." Like they're just vicious. If this happened to Biden instead, they would be attacking all of us constantly. You know, it's so ridiculous that they're happy and angry that someone didn't die. What?
That's extreme left for you.
It's a no-no. We got video. You can leave me out. It's okay.
What's she doing?
Shaking.
All right, here you go.
Oh,
John Wilkes Booth, if you can hear us, if you are with us, please, please, John Wilkes Booth, if you're listening, please.
Let me get this straight. Dumbass! You have a fully reloaded shotgun, but you chose to use a 1-bullet.
We're not even sending our best to fucking assassinate. Cause what the hell was that? Lee Harvey Oswald would never, bitch. John Wilkes Booth would never.
Today was like this close to being the best day ever.
Also, the person that at Trump at his rally was exercising that right that all those Republicans were fighting for. So, can you really blame him?
John Wilkes Booth.
an entire lineup, and only one looks kind of normal. Interesting. Very interesting. And most of them women that probably didn't have a dad or a father figure in their life. Very interesting.
You can always tell someone's political standing by their hair. If it is all chopped off and colored, they're a liberal and a Democrat. And they want it carpet munch. Like, that's what they are. You never see any stable person with normal length hair being a Democrat and talking all this nonsense on the internet. Like, they would keep it to themselves because they're a normal person. It's so
the
nuts.
nose ring is always a dead giveaway.
I wanted one of those. I really did.
Oh.
I thought my nose would look adorable with one. But my mom said no. So then I got my belly button pierced in the middle of the night. We went to a tattoo parlor after hours. The guy was a creep. I had mac and cheese crackers.
Wait, what?
We didn't have no money.
Wow,
So my
man,
friend
all the
left me
comments
alone.
of all the people talking about them missing. I heard people talking about it. I didn't know it was this prevalent. It is. There's a lot of people.
I didn't know it was that bad either.
I got another question that I started noticing when they were talking about the assassination attempt. Nobody finds it weird that they all address him as a former president instead of a presidential candidate, which is the now.
You would do. They've always done that. Former president.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a higher term
It's a higher
than presidential candidate.
Question: could you get into trouble? I mean, legally into trouble if you were to make a video and say it should have happened to the other one?
So this channel, on Twitter, what they do is they find the people.
I loved him.
So they find the people who say it, and then they tag the company.
No.
Of the people. Yeah, man.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
like
hardcore.
they report them to like this one's from Uber. There's a firefighter up here that got fired.
Stop.
Yeah, like
That's
this
good.
one right here. Because he's the one that made a negative comment about too bad it didn't hit him square, and then now he's not a firefighter anymore.
And that's like a free job. Like, you do that
So-
out of the kindness of your heart.
Like, it's crazy that this channel just contacts all the.
No.
That's
As
like
it
Joey
should.
Swole.
But it's
As it
well,
should.
look. Before we say this is nice, you have to look at it from the other side, where people are losing their jobs by having their opinion. So it works both ways. See, you're not going to agree with this. Where people were saying things about COVID, and they were getting fired, or they were saying something about that's fine then, right? Because if this guy can do that, then those people can complain and get you fired for saying some shit offline. No.
But there's yes, I agree, Jay. But now you're calling for someone to die. Isn't that a little bit extreme? I mean, you can have your opinion
It's their
about
opinion, though. The idea is that you're getting fired for your opinion, whether it's COVID related, whether it's transgender related, no matter what it is your opinion. I don't think it matters as to what the levity of it is. So if we were saying before, oh, you know what, they were calling my job, he got fired for saying this online, you shouldn't do that. So,
but isn't then the employer at fault? Because if you tag him and the employer goes, well, okay, that's his opinion. The employer is still the one that fires the people.
And would there be the same kind of outrage if a right-wing person would say something and they would lose their job? I don't think so. It's because it's left people that are losing their jobs. That's that's funny because they're losing their jobs too now. But if a right-wing person said something that the lefties didn't like and he lost his job, there would be no outrage.
The difference is the people on the right don't say such blasphemous things as the people on the left. People on the right just want to chill, have a beer, hang out, have some stuff that they probably shouldn't own hanging out in their house on the wall. People on the left want death and vengeance and violence. Like, that's a totally different thing. I don't like lefties. They're so stupid. Like, pick the dumbest things. Like, okay, let's ban plastic straws so that way turtles can live. You know how annoying it is to drink out of a paper straw? It disintegrates before you're done with your cup. That is plastic, by the way, and a plastic bag that you got it in when you got your takeout. Just doing the straw isn't doing nothing. And we still have those 6-pack rings going around all the cans that you buy at the grocery store. Fish get caught up in those and they're all sad. Why don't we save those? Why are turtles so special? Give us back the plastic.
And then it's not even the straw destroying itself. It leaves a taste.
Yeah, it tastes funny.
Yep.
I don't like it.
It's like with a
maybe
certain
that's the difference. And even now with those people posting stuff, it's their opinion. Should they get canceled? Probably not. But if you share your opinion on the internet, you better stand behind it. But there's always repercussions, even if you think they're not. And overall, even if I don't agree with someone else's opinion or politics, never wish death upon them. I'm not insane.
Mm.
A lot of people have come out in standing with Trump since this scenario went down.
We don't ever see these people in real life, though, these liberals. How come we only see them online?
Because
there are repercussions in real life.
Yeah, and they work at like veterinary shelters. Like they have like low-income, crappy jobs that nobody cares about, but they believe in it 110%. This is Toby. He's an 18-year-old husky, and I just wish someone would adopt him. He has diabetes and he poops his pants, but he still has love left. Like, they're that type of person. Like, put it down. It's done.
It's like they're the poop scoopers of the animal shelter.
I don't know. I've just never seen them. Like these people that are very anti-Trump, like you see them online. So clearly they exist, unless they're doing it for fame. But some of these people, some of these posts are on their Facebook personal accounts. So you're clearly not doing it. You have 5 likes. What? I don't know. I've just never seen any of these people in real life. I would be so fascinated to talk to one of them.
I think it's going to be difficult to have a civil conversation with them, even if you try it. And you are the most balanced person I know. They always resort to yelling, acting like they're six-year-old brats.
Yeah, in all their videos, they're always screaming at the top of their lungs. And it's like you are filming a video by yourself in your car, and you are screaming at your phone. You look ridiculous. Have you ever seen the ones where they're like filming something like that, like super liberal and nasty and yelling, and all of a sudden they see somebody and they're like they duck down in their car because they're embarrassed of how they're acting? It's like, why don't you feel that way before you post it?
And they also tend to when you're using reason, they tend to go and they can't cope or they are losing the debate. They tend to go to the feeling part.
Hmm.
Who's eating soup?
Cereal.
She is a terrible eater. Okay, I'm wondering if it's Sniffles or Matthew's kid.
No. Nobody's eating here. It's Matthew.
Don't you have a kitchen in your fucking house, Maddie? And you wonder why your kid is the way he is.
He's allowed to take food in other rooms?
And not even that, he's eating fucking cereal at 6 p.m.
Yeah, but I know how far away he is from Matthew, and that's impressive that we can hear him. That's not a good thing.
See, Maddie just doesn't want to be mean right now. He wants to be a nice dad and tell him just eat your food. It's okay. It's all right. Don't listen to them. Those people are mean.
Jay will set him straight.
No, I want to go over there and smack him in the face, but that's not allowed either.
Why don't you just take the spoon?
Instead of remove the spoon and just drink it like a chunky milkshake. Why is he eating food in a room where there's a TV and it's not a table?
There is a table.
That's a dining room table?
I'm at the dining room table. That's the...
Where's your kitchen and your dining room at?
Kitchen is over there. Dining room is here. And then you have the sofa and the small table.
So if he was in the kitchen, he would still be like right in front of you.
Yeah.
And if he was in
the knows it.
Dining room, so what floor are you on?
Ground first.
Do you have multiple floors?
Yeah, one above where the bedrooms are. And
why don't you make cereal in his? Why don't you go eat your cereal in your bedroom? Go eat on your bed.
Oh, he probably would fall asleep afterwards or something like that. So
why don't you just let the snake out? Does that freak him out? The snake?
No.
Darn.
Maybe if he's asleep and I put it in his bed, feels it crawling up his leg. Yeah, maybe.
I'm not saying that I would ever try to assassinate a presidential candidate. All I'm saying is that if I went through all of that fucking trouble, I wouldn't miss. I wouldn't graze that nigga. He wouldn't be able to raise a fist. I would finish the fucking job. We cooked. They killed that nigga on the spot. The nigga who shot at Trump, they killed that nigga on the spot. He ain't get to breathe for 10 more minutes after that. No trial. None of that shit. You died today. I think we're cooked. I think this is I think this is one of the moments in history where niggas is gonna look back and be like, damn, that was when I knew he was cooked. When niggas failed to assassinate Donald Trump, Khalid knew we were cooked. Like, what the? Let me say first off, before I even post that video, let me say that respect to that nigga for trying to restore the feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all been calling for an assassination, and bro really tried to bring that shit back. So all respect for that. But bro, how the fuck did you? I'm not.
Okay, so,
isn't that terroristic? Like, isn't that a charge to say things like that?
And a threat towards the president.
This is gonna sound really bad, but to a certain extent, I do not agree what you should doing. But if you've been planning this and this is the best you could do, you have one shot, and you know after this your life is basically forfeit, and this was the best you could do. Yeah. You should have trained harder. That's rational, mate.
He sucked at Fortnite.
Yes. Well, I posted it in 88, right? I called it yesterday. It was probably Bullet. Once Jay showed me that first picture of him, yeah, he's definitely Bullet. People that were in his class showed up and they interviewed him. yeah, he was bullied most of his school career.
What does that cook term mean? What does that mean? Does that mean dead?
That's exactly what I was wondering. I think it means like
screwed.
I think it means the F word. Like with an ED at the end. Like I think that's what it means. I find it ironic that black people stand up for Biden.
If you say I'm cooked, you're saying I'm done or I'm too exhausted. You are too mentally or physically drained to finish the last bit of school or work assignment or help your mom with the dishes. Another way to look at it is a dish that has been cooked. It is completed. There's no more work to be done.
So
that is a lame word. Because if I just cooked a dish, I have to clean it now. You know,
well, if you have to cook a dish, something's wrong. You shouldn't be eating dishes. Don't cook dishes.
I was playing Fortnite. I didn't know. Jay made you a plate.
So if you take anything away from this podcast is don't cook your dishes.
That's a way of saying he was done for or done in.
No, I don't think so, Matthew. From context, I get the sense that he meant you had two outcomes: either you kill the president, and then it's someone else that takes his place, and then probably Biden wins or whatever. Or now you made him into a martyr, right? He can't lose. He survived.
He's talking about the shooter, not Trump. I think. I think he means to say that that guy that shot was done for. He was. He missed.
I got the sense because he failed that in general we're done for because now Trump is definitely...
Yeah, now Trump's coming in the office. That's what I got out of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. So there are people that think this way. There are 100%.
That's crazy. But it's ironic that all these black people are standing up for Biden. Biden wanted to keep schools segregated. He voted on it online. Like he was always on the side of keep them away from the white kids. Like, and even when he was running for president, the first time he was like, black kids are just as smart as the white kids. Like he still separates the races even now. So, but all these people are like, oh, he's so good. You know, he's 100.
But didn't he want to give more money to the black people as well? That's what he promised, right?
That's Democrats. It's Democrats as a whole. Yeah, that's just that whole faction, if you will.
Didn't he say you're not really black if you don't vote for me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
That sounds a little racist to me. I could be wrong, but that
I've covered this before. But in the past, 20 years since the 80s, black people typically vote on the Democrat side. It's very typical. So to see somebody that's not so much now, but that was kind of commonplace.
That's the same here, right, John? Because
but I was gonna
give the handouts, so they kind of tend to vote for them, so they keep in power. And
so over there, they're the same people that want to raise the unemployment money you get and get more social housing and stuff like that. It's probably the same.
That's why it doesn't make sense to me because in America it makes sense because of electoral votes, right? Based off of the population in each one, and obviously there's more poor people than there are rich people, so it makes sense why they have a hard time winning, right? Because we'll say upper middle class. It's not so much black people; it's just anything in impoverished areas will typically vote to get more money. The fact that they even vote is baffling to me because you can't even get a job, but yet you want to vote. So I don't think your opinion matters. I think you have to have a job in order to vote. And if you don't have a job or you are not retired, then you should not be able to vote. I think that should go into place immediately. I don't think that if you are an immigrant, you should be able to. Let me rephrase that. I do not think that if you are illegally here, you should not be able to vote for anything. I don't care, governor, counselor, senator, mayor. You pick it. You should have no authoritative position. So going backwards, but the reason why it doesn't work in America is because most of the electoral votes are for more of the populated areas. More populated areas are typically going to have more impoverished people. so they're going to vote for Democrat. Now, in your country, it doesn't make sense because you guys don't have electoral votes. You guys just go off of popular opinion, right?
So correct.
Just popular vote. That's it. Nothing else matters.
Interesting.
Yep.
See, even if you went that route, Trump didn't win that. Biden won that. And if you go that route, I don't know if Trump won against Clinton. Not 100% sure, popular vote. But
I think Hillary won that. No?
Yeah, I think so. So if we went by, I'm not entirely sure, but if we went by popular vote alone, we'd be in trouble.
Well, I think the difference is that over there you have to vote. Here you don't. Yes. I would estimate maybe 40% of our population actually votes, maybe less. 40% or less.
Yeah, it's about 40%. They had 160 million votes with Biden and Trump. We have 350, but keep in mind you have to factor in that there are minors, that there are children. So it's probably more than that, about 60%.
And would you say that a poor or black or bad situation person that wants money from the government is more invested and more likely to go vote than somebody that has a good life, has a job, and has everything they need?
You know, it's funny because when you think of poor, I don't immediately think of black people. I think of, for some reason or another, Mexicans. I don't know why. Maybe because there are neighbors to the south. I feel like they are voting based off of who's going to give me the most amount of freedom. And what does Trump want to do? Build a fence and a gate and a wall and not let them
kick them out.
So if anything, that hurts you. Like it.
Well, if we didn't let the illegals vote, it wouldn't matter. I don't think the illegals should get anything. They shouldn't get health care. They shouldn't get a driver's license. They shouldn't be able to vote. Like, it's ridiculous that people who actually want to come to this country have to go through a giant thing just to become a citizen, and they actually want it. Whereas the Mexicans are just walking over the border and demanding freedoms that they didn't earn. Like, that's ridiculous. And then they send the money that they earn here back to their home, which doesn't help our economy in the first place.
It's not just Mexicans. The Indians do that. They come
yes, they do.
7-Elevens, and then they take all their money and they bring it home, and they're millionaires.
That should be illegal.
But the argument could be said is, well, if white people don't want to do it, or other people other than immigrants don't want to do it, then who else is going to?
I'm sure white people would do it. We just don't want to do it for $1.
Well, that's the problem. Is kids that want to come out of school, they don't want to make minimum wage. You want to make $20, $25 an hour. It's not realistic. Meanwhile, you got, Charlie over. Charlie's not an Indian name. Let's say Ashwanda. That's African. We'll just, whatever. He's Indian right now. But Ashwanda sounds also African. I need something.
Darn.
We'll call him Mr. Patel. If Mr. Patel is willing to come here and work for minimum wage, he'll do it. He'll bust his ass doing it. White people, we're privileged. We want more money.
But there's a follow-up question to that, Jay. If you do what Bree says, would they still be so motivated? Because if you cut that line through, that money you're making in the US has to stay here. You can't take all your earnings and go back living in a king from the country you decided to leave because the environment didn't make enough money. Would they still be so motivated to do so? I don't think so. Because the reward is, I can take all of this with me and I'm going to spend a year back to the country where I came from, live like a king, do it back, come back, do it for a couple of years, and do it every single time.
See, I think other countries do have that rule in place, don't they?
No, I think so.
There's no
like over here. Like over here, there's another thing, right? Too, right, John? When so they come here and they take away jobs that indigenous people or whatever you want to call it, they will do, but they kind of undermine the price because everything is cheaper where they come from. Then they come here, they go below the prices of the people that do the jobs here, which in turn makes those people lose their job, but they have costs like they need the money or the price they're asking to do the job because of the cost of living is higher in Belgium. The other ones just come here, do it under the price, and then get back over there. So
That's interesting. So they're doing it above their own minimum wage. So it's like us making $40 an hour, essentially. Wow, that's a really good point, Matthew. I didn't think of it that way.
I don't think that would be a bad incentive, but as a company, I'm not going to pay someone that is native here more money than someone that's willing to do it less.
Yeah,
I don't get any kind of benefits.
Jay does that. For the freelancer thing, if they are from like Indonesia or something, he offers them their country's current rate for minimum wage.
Yep.
Because they shouldn't earn the United States minimum wage, he offers them like $2.20 an hour.
I don't want that.
And they're
I don't want that.
What is this? Yes!
I don't want that. I don't want to get paid $6. Why not? You spend 6 hours on this. I will give you $12 for your creation. No. You'd rather make nothing. Yes. Okay. Fine. You get nothing.
Because they want the American money.
Yeah, no. In order for you to get this money, you must work in America. You got to make the.
It's interesting.
And what's weird is, like, I'll even spin it, and I this is going to sound racist. I don't care. I will not hire anybody from India or Pakistan, and let me explain why. Okay, it's not that they're Indian or Pakistan, but the way that they work. You have 10 people at a desk, okay, for doing logos and shit. You have 10 people at a desk, and it's. Let's just take all 4 of us. Now, I create something, right? Matthew looks over, and he sees that Mr. George likes my creation. So Matthew's like, ooh, I could do what Jay just did. He copies it, and he modifies it. He submits it. It's got a 3-star. Bree's like, ooh, Matthew's didn't get good. Jay's is good for Mr. George. Let me copy this and spin this a little bit. So they all sit at a desk, and they compete with one another, right? And then whoever gets it gets to win, gets to keep that money, and they have to give the broker firm that has all these people on multiple computers, they just have to give them a cut, but none of the people that are next to them. So it's cutthroat, but their work is usually not good. However, I did recently hire a dude from Pakistan who was pretty good, but I come to find out that there are 40 other people that are looking at his computer. So it's in a broker. But when you find someone in America, that's one dude sitting in front of a computer doing it all by himself. Or in Ukraine or in Russia. It's just when you get to those countries where the money, you know, you take $10,000 in American dollars and you go to that country. Oh, buddy, you are living nice. Nice, bro. I don't know.
Do you think they use pre-made stuff in there, like pre-made logos, and just alter them as well?
They do, and they use copyrighted things, which they claim is their own, and it's not. Like, I forget what it was, but they actually used a logo from DJI. Like, they actually took it from DJI's website and put it onto their own logo. Like, that's so illegal.
You can't do that, yeah.
And you would get in trouble, right, if you used the logo.
Absolutely. It's crazy.
So if you work with those people, you have to check for yourself that they didn't use anything copyrighted afterwards.
Yep. Absolutely.
Even the audio they steal. So they'll go to like a Mr. Beast video and take one of his like action sounds and then use that for their thing. And everything's cool. It looks normal. You upload it and get copyright stricken for every single time you've used that.
Yeah.
And it's like, how was I supposed to know that that audio was already like copyrighted?
Yep. You can just pay the licensing fees, but nobody wants to do that. I'll fly underneath the radar, and it's just like who was Vanilla Ice said it, that you could copy anything. You could go make a song right now using a loop from something, and continue to do it. Once you start making money from it, those companies, they're gonna come after you. If you're not making shit, they don't care. You're just some random dude using their logo, whatever. You know, even if I have, let's just say I'm talking about DJI. And I take their logo and I put it, let's just say on a pillow. That's trademark violation. I didn't get their permission to do that.
But those people that
like the chick at the expo outside the art expo, you can't take pictures of my lizards. So you copyrighted everything. That's what you're telling me right now.
Yeah, trademark violations all over the place. All over the place.
So, but they have one more advantage then, right? If you hire somebody to make the logo over there, and they use copyrighted stuff, you get strikes. You go like, wait, what? What are you gonna do to them?
Nothing.
So they know you can't touch them anyway. Okay,
well,
that's too bad.
like millions of dollars, man. They scam people with the Microsoft and the McAfee and the Norton virus. There is, yeah, I'm sure there's a task force, but you can't do anything. You just get scammed, man. They get away with it. They'll just open up a new. I'm sure you've seen the videos on YouTube, like where they track them and they hack into their cameras. There is nothing you can do, bro. Even the Indian cops, they'll go in there, they'll do some shit, and then they're back up and running the next day. There's nothing you could do. It's just corrupt, and there's so many people. 1.8
and there's still people falling for it. Otherwise, they wouldn't exist.
Yeah, I was watching something that it's less. So out of 1,000 calls, if they get one successful one, that's good.
Wow.
Just one. And it's very high failure rate. Very high failure rate. Very high. Very high. Technology.
Always fun when they call you and that Indian undertone, and then they have the most Americanized name that you can imagine.
Jimmy.
My name is John Smith.
You know damn well your name ain't Jimmy. Get out of here with that, Jimmy. Your name is Jimmy. Really? Where you from, Jimmy? Alabama. Oh, okay.
With a little bit of diggy.
Hello, this is John.
Hello, my name is
Microsoft.
Jimmy.
You're John. Really?
John what? Mattel. Okay.
Hello, this is John Wick. Your package is being held at UPS Customs. I'm from Alabama. Please give me your social security number so we can release your package.
Can you click on the link on the screen, please?
So before they would do it where you would, I don't know if I did the video, but they did it where they would call you and they'd ask you to go to Walgreens or Walmart, and then you would send the money Western Union. Now they're doing it, which is even crazier. I guess you could go, maybe even in Belgium, you could go to stores and they have a Bitcoin ATM.
Over here they don't. Netherlands has them.
So in America,
I've never heard of them.
They have ATMs that you go up to, you put money in, it goes into your Bitcoin wallet.
Ooh.
So now
And
they
then
just say,
before
okay,
that was the gift cards, right? The gift cards.
Well, after the gift cards was the with the Western Union, you would just send it someplace in India. But now they did it where you just put in an address of the Bitcoin and they get that money. You just feed it like ATM, just put the money in.
Yeah, because for Western Union, they're taught now to ask the person where they're sending the money to. And if they say that it's for this and overpayment, they won't even allow you to get a Western Union check. They're like, no, it's fake, it's a scam. Because they were getting attacked with lawsuits, right? Because they were letting people buy these Western Unions for things that aren't real. There's even signs, like there's 40 signs in the Walmart saying, don't send checks to people you don't know.
Wild.
Well, the scammers have gotten better than they were. Like you remember in the beginning, the Saudi prince, and he died, but you can inherit his fortune or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I still get those. That
was full of grammatical errors and then didn't make, or the logo was really crooked or whatever. But now they've come to the point. One of the last ones I got was from a bank, and it looked completely legit. Grammar was okay. There were no spelling errors. The logo and everything, it looked completely legitimate. So I can see why.
Have you ever fallen under a scam, Manny? Like you took hook, line, and sinker? Don't lie.
Nope.
Never?
Nope.
Jorn? Bree?
No.
No? Wow.
No, I'm really gullible, but I am very protective because I have no money. So in order to take my money, it would take a lot, you know? So like if the bank like sends me a text message like, oh, you're $500 overdrawn, I'm like, haha, no, I'm not. I don't use that card.
To be fair, I almost at a certain point I almost clicked the link, but then I didn't. Like it was the around the time where you got your taxes and I got an email, was busy doing something, got an email, and it looked kind of legitimate, and it says, oh, you overpaid something, click this link, and I was reading, and I was scrolling down and wanted to click the link, but before I did was like, yeah, wait, let me first look this up if this is legit, and then it turned out to be one of the scams, so almost, but not quite.
Oh, and
you see that Community episode? Oh, sorry. There's a Community episode where the guy who's like special in the head is communicating with a prince through email, and he needed money to come to America to go to a comic convention. And they were like, oh no, you got scammed. And then like a prince actually shows up and he's like, thank you, buddy, here's your money. Like, so
okay.
Wait, what is Community? Is that a show?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think anybody here knows it. No. Oh, Jordan does.
It's a great show. It's hilarious.
It's the guy from Becky that plays the dad. He acts in that.
Yeah.
Oh, that you don't like him though, right? Brie?
Joel McHale.
Yeah, he can't play a serious role or something. Isn't that what you said? Or he doesn't?
He's weird.
He's a bad guy or something.
Well, so he's good with other people. When he does alone, it never does well. So if he's not interacting with other characters constantly, you get the vibe that he's just a stuck-up dude. But if he's interacting with other people, him being stuck up is funny because other people's levity fixes it. You know?
Yeah, I don't watch shows. I don't know much about it.
And that old man, he used to do the Las Vegas trip with the
Chevy Chase.
The moose. Chevy Chase is in it. Yes.
What did they
That's
do
the
again,
sound
please?
mooses make.
So
mooses do.
One more time.
Turkey.
That's a turkey.
That's what they say in the wild.
But that was a Canadian dialect, right?
Yes, that's Canadian.
Yeah, I kind of got it. Yeah.
Speaking of wild mooses, so many people are getting attacked by bears because they keep trying to take selfies with them. Like a lot of people. Recently, I think like 6 people in the past month have died from bear attacks because they want to take a selfie with it. Like, what are you doing?
What do you mean taking a selfie?
It's because
with
of
a bear?
your.
You find a bear in the woods and then you just.
Yep. You go up to it,
Get
you
the
take a
fuck
picture
out.
with it,
Come
and you're
on.
mauled. I am so serious.
Do you think it's because of the meme where the women, oh, would you rather be in the woods with a bear or with a man? Oh, with a bear? Does that have something to do with it?
I like the male version of that.
Yeah, the dog in the desert.
Yeah, so lots of people were getting mauled. I watched a couple of the videos. Not really interesting.
Oh,
The
so
people.
they're pulling. I see it. It started with a couple that pulled a bear cub from a tree in North Carolina. And then someone
cub?
else did it. Yeah, cub.
Yeah, another one was a tour guide who said that it was totally safe to pose with the bear. He went up to the bear to show them how safe it was, and he got eaten. Nobody helped him, by the way. Not one person tried to help him.
Was filmed, the group of 6 people dragging the bear cubs out of a tree and taking selfies with them.
Okay. At that point, you deserve whatever you're gonna get.
Yeah, we don't have bears, but I think we know not to mess with a cub.
And even with a bear, who goes out in the woods? Oh, that's a wild bear. Do you want to take a picture of us?
And where's the mom, bro? You better hope the mom don't see you messing around with their babies. That's not going to turn out well.
No, they're very defensive.
Yeah, they're not going to ask questions. They'll just sprint at you and grab everyone at that point.
It's crazy.
You don't even do that with a boar.
Go ahead, Brie. You look like you want
to say in other terms of death, 60 people have drowned in backyard pools since the beginning of the summer in Florida. 60. All preventable. So this company now created something that's kind of like a ring for your pool. And it goes in the corner of your pool and has a camera. And if it senses a body getting into the pool, it sends you a text message. It has an audible alarm. And like it kind of alerts you, like it even calls you if you don't respond to the text message. Within 60 seconds, it'll call you to alert you that someone is inside of your pool. Because a lot of people who are younger than adults are falling into the pool and no one notices. Because drownings are silent. It's not all crazy and wild like you see in the movies. Like it just, where did they go? And then you find them in the pool. So this company secured funding. They made them. They're selling them now to families. And it's actually really neat because it works like the ring. Like it senses a body and it shows you the picture of the thing that's currently in your pool. And I think that's really neat. But the cost is probably too high for a normal family. It's like $1,000. Like, probably like 1,000.
So it floats in your pool or it just sits on the
corner? It attaches to the corner. So it's both. It has a camera above the water and below the water. So it'll even alert you. You can set it up to if someone is approaching the vicinity of the pool. Like it'll say, "Hey, there's someone here," or "There's a dog." There's a smaller than an adult walking nearby.
You're supposed to have a lanai around your pool.
Because it's your pool or your family's pool. Like people aren't watching them, and then they wander. 60 people already this year. 60. And how many months? 2 months? That's 2 a day.
Then can you turn the device off?
Yeah, you could turn it off. I'm sure in the app you could say like ignore messages for right now. We're actually using the pool. It's more so for if you're not currently staring at your pool, like you know that someone just got in it. I think it's neat. I think Ring should pick them up and add it to the Ring security because it works the same way. Like for detecting people and alerting you, like it should enter into another company's ecosystem to make it affordable.
I'm sure Ring or Nest or somebody's looking at making something comparable, especially if they don't have a patent or anything. And if they released it that quick, they probably don't. It's just some Chinese company that just saw an opportunity to...
yeah, it's a dude who lives in Florida, I think. And he's been working on it for a while. I think he said 6 years or something coming up with the system. And he got with parents to help kind of promote the item. You know, parents who had a pool. And it's helped them a lot and getting notoriety.
That's fascinating. Pretty cool.
It makes you wonder how something like this hasn't existed.
Because it's not really a big problem, right?
In Florida it is, apparently.
Well, yeah, I would think that in Florida you're required that when you get a pool now, you have to have an eye around it. And then it has to be locked.
Yeah. It's your own house or your neighbor's house that you're over. And like the pool itself doesn't have to have a fence around it. I'm just saying,
but why doesn't it have some type of lanai around there in Florida?
It does, but you can get to the pool from inside of the house. You just open up the door and go outside.
So you're saying that kids are going outside in the backyard without their parents knowing, and then they jump in the pool?
Correct.
Okay, so that's bad parenting is what you're telling me.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So we are now excusing parents from being responsible for their children, and we're creating products to take the responsibility off of the parents.
Correct.
And because they're glued to their phones, it will send them a text message that they're being a bad parent.
Mm.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
That is exactly what's happening.
Wow. That is a great technology. It should the text messages should be more abrasive. You're a piece of shit. Your kid fell in the fucking pool. Get off your phone. Get off TikTok and go look in the pool because your kid is drowning. That's what they need to say. Put the fucking beard down. Your dog's in the pool and it can't swim. It's 600 pounds because you overfeed it with human food. Get back there. How about your Rottweiler? It's a piece of shit and so are you. Goodbye. I will send you another message in 10 seconds.
And then somebody that has the device, kid gets into the pool, drowns, they're going to sue the company that made the device.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't think about that.
It didn't work
like if
properly.
it loses Wi-Fi?
No, you know what didn't work properly?
God.
He was a parent. That didn't work properly.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, we weren't allowed near pools unless there was an adult outside. Like, you knew you could not go in the pool. You couldn't even go in the bathtub if you didn't tell your parent. Like, you had to make it known that you are about to enter water that is bigger than you. You know?
That's crazy that they had to invent something like that.
Yeah, I don't know how people take the little babies so for granted that they don't watch them and play with them. I'd be making so many macaroni necklaces, you have no idea. They'd be all over the house. Like,
I had no idea in that age bracket that was one of the top causes of death.
It's actually the top cause of death in Florida is drowning.
You would think you would think you would hear splashing or something, or some type of noise from, unless of course you're so ingrained in your phone that.
Yeah, you would think, Jay, but you just said it. People are glued to a screen, playing a game, watching something, and then they're all enveloped in the TikToks or whatever, and the kid, he's splashing around in the pool.
Yeah, this is an easy fix.
And they're not doing it.
So it stays inside.
What happens to the parents when that happens? Do the parents not get charged
Nothing.
with neglect?
No.
Wow.
It's just an accident.
Just the system.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
But if you lock a kid in a car that's overheating, you get charged.
But if you lock a kid near lanai in your backyard, that's okay because it's your property. Oh.
Yep.
I love it. You know what they need to build? They need to build those ballasts that come out of the ground that put like a child fence around a pool.
Nice.
Yeah. And they're not giving their kids the swim instruction anymore. And like I love watching the little baby videos where they have like a baby, like maybe 8 months old, 9 months old, and they just chuck it in a pool. And they're like, figure it out! And it's so funny because the baby's like, I don't know what to do. And they're like, flip over! And the baby figures it out. They take it out of the pool. The baby's crying. They're like, good job, buddy. And it looks torturous, but you're teaching the kid how to survive.
Yeah.
Which is important.
I mean, I learned to swim when I was 2, 3 years old. So
yeah, same. Super young.
Yeah.
And did you know the babies lose that ability after a couple of months?
Of what? Being able to flip over and float?
Yeah, and come up and hold
like they'll forget?
It's a remnants of being in the womb. So if they're newly born,
if you don't do that, they'll forget it, Bree. Not if you do it.
Oh, that makes sense.
He's saying that it's in their head, to get oxygen when they're in the womb, so it's still fresh. But if you leave it alone, they'll forget it. Well, obviously, that's obvious, right? Because you have adults that fucking swim. You have people like, was it Jorn or is it Jorn, you or Sniffles that can't float?
I can't float, but I can swim.
I don't understand. Yeah, how can you swim but you can't float?
Anybody.
I have no idea. Like, something messed up.
Buoyant.
It's the long list of things that's wrong with me.
Our pool is salt water. You're going to be way more buoyant in our swimming pool than you are in another pool.
Yeah, that's the worst part of it. This is the first.
So, but while you're swimming, you know you're floating, right?
Oh yeah. I know.
Okay, so
I think
all you would
your
have to do is
pool.
turn over and just not swim.
Yeah,
And you should
and then I go down.
No.
But you saw it. If you just left me alone and I just go bloop, I don't do anything different.
Wait, your head even goes underwater?
Yeah, you saw it. It's like,
So you sink
told me
like a
what is
rock.
wrong with you. You tried just like, and now hold your breath, and I did, and I was a bloop, and I just go just go way to the bottom. I think your pool is calling me fat, bro.
I think it's fascinating that you can swim, but because usually there's people that can float, but they can't swim. Not the other way around. That is weird.
So something went through my mind. Don't get me wrong, please, but Bree, are you less buoyant or more buoyant?
What are you trying to say, Matthew?
It's a legit question. Does it change your ability?
That's the landline.
They float. If I'm in the pool and like I'm semi under, so like my boobs are here. If I'm like in this much water, they'll start to drift up a little, you know. But that's about it. It doesn't help me float better. I guess if I'm laying on my back, it's tits and head are out of the water.
No, it was real legit.
Versus them being in your armpit. So that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like natural titties, like pancake titties, will just float at the top. Like, they'll be stuffed in like a bikini top. You look nice because you did the fold, you know, like the pancake titty people do. They like roll them like a little croissant, and then they go in the pool, and then they find their way out of the bra, and then it's just pancake titty. You know, floating on the surface out of the bra.
You've seen a chick roll her boobs like a croissant?
That's what women with pancake titties do. My mom does it. Jess did it. Anybody who has pancake tits. So a pancake tit is like a long tit that doesn't have enough fat. So if it had enough fat, it would be more full. It's mostly skin. So it's like a long hot dog that doesn't have enough meat in it. So it's flexible. So
but it hangs.
Yes, exactly. It'll hang low. You'll be able to hold a whole pack of pencils. Not even just one pencil, a whole pack. So even if they don't croissant it, they'll still do the fold work. They'll take their tit, bend it, tuck it in. And now they got a pretty titty. You know?
That's what we call the teabag tits.
Yes.
It's very common. We call them pancake. I like how you call them tea bags. That's fun. That has a different meaning in the U.S.
You know, when you teabag somebody, it's putting your sack in somebody's eyeball sockets. I guess you can do the same thing with boobs. Each eye, sure. I've never. Are you talking about when a woman has it in a bra and they lift it up to make it look more full? Is that what you're talking about?
So this is a titty, right? Yeah. So I got my tit like this.
Yeah.
Camera. I got my titty like this.
Yeah.
So it won't go into a bra normal because it'll just do this. It'll crimp on itself. So what they do is they grab the bottom and they tuck it under. And then they put it into a bra. Look how more full it looks.
Wait, where's the nipple at this point?
Boop.
On the inside.
So you saying that if turkey's done, you're not going to see any hard nipples because it's underneath the fold.
Correct. Because if they put it in a bra like normal, it'll do a weird foldy thing, and it won't look like this.
Yeah, you can see it on top if they weren't doing it.
Yo,
and you can also see from the side. I've seen a whole lot of
titties in my life. I've never seen folded titties.
Yeah, they tuck them and pop them in. And if you got really big titties, you do like a little bit of a roll. Super full.
Like a sushi roll.
Super full.
Yes.
Like a dragon roll. Dragon roll tits.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. All right.
That only works if they hit.
My mom does it. Like, it is a thing. Like, I've seen her do it. She grabs she puts her bra. Her tits are out of her bra. She tucks it in the bra. Gets the other one, tucks it in the bra. And she has the pancake titties. Like, you could hide your entire hand under there. You'd have no idea. It just, you're handless. You'd not know. She could go like this and smack things off a table. You know?
So you're now turning it into a role. The first thought that jumped in my head is what happens when you guys have a nice climate, it gets hot. So the sweat kind of sticks in the roll.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yeah, that's why women have boob sweat. Is because the fold is touching their boobies and touching their skin. Like, I don't get booby sweat because the boob does not touch my body. It is suspended. It is in suspension all the time. You know? So it doesn't have a crevice. They probably do. They sell boob deodorant. They sell boob chafe cream. They sell boob sweat wicking pads that are meant to go under your bra. Like, some women got the flabby titties and they got a sweat issue. And there's a whole market for it. It's crazy. It's like an adhesive towel that goes underneath your bra. Huh. And you just stick it on and it collects the sweat.
Why not get fake tits at that point?
Because I think people tend to look down on fake tits. And also, they're expensive.
Yeah.
But if
Tuck
you
and
put
roll
together
is less expensive than
Victoria's
fake
Secret
tits.
bombshell
If your towel
bra
is $80, right? If your towel is $80 that you put underneath your boob, and you buy 100 of those in your lifetime, you could have got a set of fake tits that would have looked better, and you don't have to invest in that towel anymore.
Same thing for the bras. Victoria's Secret bombshell bras used to be $120. Women would buy them like crack. And it's 90% padding. And it would make you look like you had a triple D while you got her A's.
See, that's not true. I don't know why people say that. Where do you get
My
that
titties
from?
do not need to be replaced, all right?
My mom had fake tits from 1978 to 2012 when she died. Never replaced her titties. I don't know where people get that from.
I think they get it from the really, really old tits where they were using just saline solution and the saline would evaporate. And then they would have to upgrade.
Can't evaporate.
Right?
It's in sealed
what
rubber.
Happens? What happens?
Or with the silicone ones that burst.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, silicone can't really
That doesn't
burst.
count.
Yeah, silicone, it doesn't take a silicone drip tip, right? And poke a hole in it. It just kind of makes it doesn't burst like in a traditional sense where the silicone all over the place. It just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, nowadays boobs are made different.
Yeah, like a gummy bear. Think of a gummy bear.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
But the silicone does live in your body, right?
And they took out a bunch of different tits. So that way we could feel them, look at them, play with them, all that stuff. And Jay is like, oh, you can't pop this? While the doctor's out, he takes a pen and starts to stab it. He does pop it. He's like, it popped!
Oh,
and
no.
It self-healed. It did heal itself. So Jay was like, it does self-heal. And just flipped it over.
It's the same as protective paint film that you put on your car. So that is a type of polymer, right? If you cut it and the sun hits it, it heats up and then it kind of fixes itself. The silicone implants are kind of the same thing. If it does burst in a sense, should you replace it? Yes, because now some of the silicone is exposed. You have the outer layer, which is like matte silicone, and then on the inside is more like gel.
Jelly.
Yeah, kind of like if you cut Jell-O, like it will self-heal.
Yeah, it's not loose. Like it's not loose. It just looks different than the outside of it.
The best candy I can relate it to, Jay, what's that candy that you like? Chuckles.
Yes.
Boobs are like a Chuckles. It's matte on the outside, but if you bite into it, it doesn't like deform or anything, and it's shiny on the inside. That's exactly what a tin is.
Yeah, so I mean, in theory, you are supposed to get them checked up every 10 years, but it's like having titanium screws in your body. Could they go bad? No, I think because that's what's the word? Where it can't
non-corrosive?
No.
It doesn't
your body can't react to it. It's
no,
Yeah.
Damn it.
Non-homogenic or something?
Nope.
Anti.
Damn it, bro. For its biocompatibility. It's inert. That's the word.
No.
Yep.
I would have never picked that word.
Many professionals favor titanium for its biocompatibility, which allows it to come into contact with living systems and bodily fluids with no adverse effect. Titanium is completely inert and allows osseointegration, the process of bones and tissues bonding with implants naturally. Yeah, I don't think silicone is silicone inert. I don't think it is. Yes, it's inert. It's highly inert. Does not react with most chemicals. Isn't available to participate in biological process, allowing to be used in many medical applications, including medical implants. Yep, it's inert. So it now the saline ones, the ones that like my mom had, if they burst, you got to get that out now, like right now.
You have to go to the ER. They have to shovel it out of you. It's like a sticky goo. There was an episode of Nip Tuck where that happened. She was in a car accident and her saline exploded. They had to scrape it out of her. It was like honey.
It looks like snot, bro. Like snot.
Oh, yeah.
But if you hear the thing, silicone and saline, you would think that the exact opposite, no? Am I wrong? Because, that's salted water and that's a chemical you got in your body.
They are the exact opposite. One is a rubber. The other one is a liquid. No.
Yeah, but I'm saying you would think that the salted water does less damage than if it ruptures, would do less damage than the other one.
But that's the whole thing, is the silicone doesn't, it ruptures, but it doesn't do
it. It doesn't spill out.
No, it's like if you cut a gummy bear or Jello, or it's still there, it's intact. It's just, I don't know how to. But see, even with implants, if you were to cut Bree's chest open right now, you wouldn't see the implants. You would see a scar bubble of there's a capsule that's
scar tissue
around it.
Yeah.
You understand? So if you cut her open, it would just look like two big scars.
They would actually just pull out the capsule.
That's right.
And put in a new implant. Like they don't have to touch the implant at all.
Then the scars would form all over again.
Yeah.
And that's the pain process, is the scarification around the actual implant itself.
I think it's such a waste when women get implants and they're like teardrop bees. Like, why even bother? Like, why did you spend the money on it?
Because they want their tits to look as real as possible.
If you're going the extra mile and it costs the same amount of money, go crazy. We said, fill these puppies up as big as you could get them. And you know what he said? Okay, I got you. But the lady, that was the first lady that we had to talk to, like to make sure that you're not nuts before you get plastic surgery. She was like, oh, you should get like small teardrop, like saline, keep them looking natural. And I was like, I want porn star tits. And those aren't porn star tits. And then we talked to the doctor and he's like, what kind of boobs do you want? I'm like, I want them to look as fake as possible. He's like, I can do that.
According to something I read, there's a lot of women who regret not going 1 cup bigger because they bear with me. So you have the surgery. The thing is because of the surgery, they're bigger. And then when they heal, they kind of shrink in a little bit, and then they're used to the bigger boobs, and then they shrink back in as well. Yeah, I should have gone a cup bigger.
Yeah, it happened.
Yeah, but we couldn't go any bigger because my skin. I didn't have enough skin. We couldn't keep the nipples perfectly centered. But now that I have extra skin, we probably could go up bigger. But there's no point right now because my titties are healthy. So no point in changing anything. Because I'm scared that if I go bigger, my nipples will be looking east and west.
Ooh, that's what happens with a lot of those big boobs. They look great in a bra. Once you take them out, you can't find the left areola. Where is it? It's underneath.
Yeah, it's just...
Oh. On the other side.
Cross-eyed.
Yeah, and the nipple replacement.
Shadow dome tits.
Ugly scars. That's really ugly. You have a like scar like this, scar like
An anchor scar. Yeah, those are anchor scars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, usually when they do boob reduction, they do anchor scars. That's a rough one, man. That's yeah, no good. Where you want to go get some lunch? You want to take Slingshot out to get lunch? You're already cleaned up.
Nice.
Oh, the implant underneath. They can't do the muscle through your armpit. They could go through your armpit to do above muscle, but they can't do your armpit to go below muscle because they have to cut the muscle to make the crevice for the implant to go into.
And you're not just below muscle; you're split, right?
Yeah, because there wasn't enough room in my chest to keep it totally under muscle. Like, he tried, but there wasn't enough room. Like, because I have a smaller frame up here. Even though I have wide shoulders, I only have X amount of boob storage. Because my original titties were about this big. You know, they were the size of a pod mod. So, like, I don't know how he gave me tits, but he did. Yes!
How long was it?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't remember.
So, Bree was one of those people that gave her painkillers. She didn't take any pain. She said she didn't have any pain.
No, it's just muscle crampy.
After surgery, about 48 hours, she slept. No joke, probably 20 out of the 24. And then she could still lift things up and stuff, but you shouldn't, as it's the boobs are dropping. So it took her, I'd say, before I could truly fondle them and touch them like a boob, 3 months.
But yeah, and it took a year to be able to do this. I couldn't lift my arms over my head because I severed the muscle. So I had to rebuild that muscle just by doing stuff to me to be able to lift up my arms. That was weird.
Yeah, usually when you see like the teardrop titties or the floppy ones that are really big, they're over the muscle. When you see those really big tits, they can't be under. They're just stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, so you always see women, like, complaining that it hurts and they can't do this or that after surgery. You can. You just don't want to. It's a lie. It is an utter and complete lie. I got my wisdom teeth out, and I used Tylenol. Like, you don't need painkillers and to have someone wait on you hand and foot after a surgery. Like, I think that it's ridiculous how many people act that way. Because you see, like, videos and stuff of people getting their wisdom teeth out and being in bed for 2 months. Like, and being waited on hand and foot. I didn't need that. Like, I just took extra strength Tylenol like a normal person. Like, I just found that crazy because I thought the boobs were going to hurt really bad for how women make it out to be. They just want to be waited on. That's the difference.
Taking advantage of the situation.
It's interesting because when Bree gets teeth surgery, usually teeth surgery is painful, right? Teeth and back pain. She feels the same way. But when she stubs her fucking toe, she sounds like someone killed or chopped off her whole leg. So when it comes to
I am pretty darn sure I broke my foot. Like, you could feel 2 ends of a bone. I am pretty sure it's broken. Like, now that the swelling's gone down, I feel a distinctive section that's about 1 inch of just hard bone.
That is scar tissue.
I don't know, man.
Your dad even told you it's scar tissue, Brie. It's not bone. You want to see a broken foot? You want to see a broken toe? I can show you a broken toe.
Yeah.
I got a broken
toe
toe for you.
Gnarly.
Yeah, well, your foot is fine.
I broke it.